Manchester City, right? And that's 2-2 to Lyon, right? Manchester City. But then, I mean, they were smashing West Ham in the Premier League 4-0. Does this reflect a little bit about the Premier League? Do people just know each other too well in the Premier League? And people know, oh, these are the big guns, fear factor, we're going to concede and we're not going to even try?
No. For me, I think, like, you know, domestic and Europe are two very different things. I think when you look at Pep actually has a really bad record away from home in Europe, dating all the way to Bayern. And I think, like, what you find, that's why you look at Real Madrid, for instance, they won the Champions League 3 times in a row. And they've won the La Liga twice in like 9 years, which is crazy. So there's definitely a way you have to approach a league game and a way you have to approach a European game. Because again, like Lyon, a French team, French philosophy is very different from a Premier League team. And I think that for Pep Guardiola, I just think what he has to learn is that you can't play the same exact way in Europe. You have to, I mean, obviously you should have the same philosophy, but you definitely have to make tweaks and adjustments because playing continental for football is very different because you're playing against guys who approach the game in a very different way than Premier League teams. So it's,
I agree with that because even if you go back to when Chelsea won it and they finished 5th, do you know what I mean? It's crazy. But I think what it is in the Premier League, the smaller clubs who get smashed up by City, there's a fear factor.
Yeah.
It's the same thing Man United used to have when they used to play Man United. They were afraid of what was going to happen. So they're like, right, we might get beat 5 or 6. So let's try and shut up shop or let's let... These European teams, remember, there's only, 6 games.
Yeah.
You got 6 games to get through the group. Yeah. So it's win or lose. We have to go for it.
I mean,
and Lyon, they went for it. And they should have won that game. They should have done the sweep over Man City. They're not afraid. They're not afraid of Man City.
Manchester is still group winners, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
they got lucky
they're
with
all
that one.
done and dusted, right?
They
But so
lucky.
Pep said Lyon were one of the toughest teams. Do you agree? Was it them or was it?
I think it was Lyon. I think you have to praise Lyon.
Yeah, but I think there's something deeper there. I think Pep is using sort of reverse psychology. Because he said before that, City are not ready to win the Champions League this season and everything. So I think what he's doing, he's trying to basically take pressure off of the players. So he's praising. So Lyon, we're really good. We're not really ready this season. I'm really afraid of Liverpool and everything. Because I think he knows that he will be judged by the Champions League. He was not brought in just to win the Premier League. That's a nice bonus. They want to create a dynasty in the Premier League. But he was brought in. All this money, 500 million spent, was for, we want to be dominant in Europe. And he knows that, that's why I'm paid this money, is that to make these guys European champions. And they've never been, so.
And can I just say on another point, Fekir, don't look like nothing wrong with his knee to me. His knee looks fine. He's played like most of the season. Yeah. It's like, I don't know what happened there at Liverpool, but they could have done with him. And they pulled out. They screwed that one up. But Lyon have got some very good young players. And Ndombele. That guy is a beast in midfield. Fernandinho was having nightmares every time that he came up against that guy. So I like Lyon. I have no idea how they are so far behind in the league on 15 points behind PSG. I know PSG
have won every single game.
But Lyon have been drawing against teams they should have beat.
Yeah.
And then they're coming out and they're putting on performances like this against Man City. It makes you think.
No, but then it goes to a point. It's like your teams are one way in domestic. They're one way when they're going to Europe. So it's like a whole split personality thingy.
Yeah, schizophrenic football.
What is Matt and Drifty's opinion on why Manchester City is a different beast abroad?
Listen, Man City, they're a beast. But in Europe, I can't lie, they don't go on as ham, but they still top the group. Now, you look at their results in Europe, they dropped points, obviously, against Lyon twice. Losing to Lyon, you get what I'm saying, at the Etihad. And then, obviously, drawing away from home. But to be fair, you could argue Pep maybe told them to just, not go too ham. Let's save our energy for the Premier League and also for the latter stages of the Champions League. Because I think Pep knows their team was well equipped to do something in the Champions League this season, which I do think, it kind of showed. I think Man City can go up another gear. I think that's what people need to forget. Let's not forget, people. Man City, if they really want to, can go ham. And they will go ham. And I think in the knockout stages, you'll see the Man City of the Premier League. So, do I think Man City fans have anything to worry about in Champions League? Not really. I still think, though, they're one of the top 3 favourites to actually win the whole thing.
What's crazy about this whole City good in Europe thing, I can't really elaborate on it quickly because I feel like there's a lot of issues that come with this. So I'll just give you a quick, easy version of it. I think because no one has that fear of Man City in the Champions League because they don't have that name. You got to remember, that name does bring a lot to things. You could even be playing maybe, I don't know, AC Milan maybe, and because you remember that AC Milan, it might make you feel a bit more worried than they are. But if you hear Juventus, Bayern Munich, Man United, Real Madrid, you hear those names, it's the name. You don't even know what that team's doing at that time, but that name worries you. And they don't have that. Do you know what I mean? City don't have that. And I feel like that is why a lot of teams feel like they can get at them and they're not as worried about them. Even though they know they're good and they've got pep and everything, there's just something about them. But one thing I will say, everyone knows that the only way to beat Pep is to attack. And the 2 times that they've gone out, Monaco, when they won the league, playing some of the best attacking football we've seen for a long time. And then Liverpool, again, some of the best attacking football, the best front three in the league last season. And that was where they were undoing, was in Europe. I don't think they'll do badly this year. I don't. And I feel like they're going to go to at least the semis, you know. I do. But it's a conversation for a bigger story. But I do feel a little bit like it's got something to do with the history